DNS or domain name system. Now what is it? See, whichever your browser is, it can be Opera, it can be Chrome, it can be Firefox. The first thing you do is type in certain words. Those are called the domain name. So www.google.com is the URL. And do you know the IP of this URL or this website, web link? No. So computer as a digital device, they only know or understand the numbers, specifically the digital numbers. We are not very good with the numbers. If I tell you the IP of this is 8.8.4.4, you may remember it, but I doubt for long run. So the best way is to know the name and convert it into IP. So the name to IP conversion is the work of domain name system. Human or as an individual, we always access information online through domain names like google.com, espn.com, yahoo.com, like this. So this google.com and espn.com is nothing but the domain name. And these domain name are associated with the IP number. So the domain name system can be considered as a phone book. Previously, we used to have a name and then we have a number. So that is how we map it. So it's just a mapping. Domain name system is just a mapping from name to IP. So this is a phone book or a directory of the internet. You can consider this like this. On the left you have name and on the right you have IP. So when you type in the name, the IP should come up. And that is the whole work of domain name system. So DNS is nothing but a directory service that provides mapping between the name of the host on the network and its numerical address, which we are calling as the IP address. It can be IPv4, it can be IPv6. And this IP is actually replaced by the name of the domain, and that's how you can get hold of the website or the web content. So web browsers, as I just told you, they interact through internet protocol, IP addresses. So this is a network layer I'm talking about. You'd see a IP. This IP is implemented using the IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. Okay. So web browser can only interact through IP addresses. So it should only know the IP addresses. The name you are typing has no meaning. www.google.com has no meaning for the computer or the network. It is only for you to understand, to remember. So each device connected to the internet has a unique IP address. That is how it is known all over the network. Okay. So which other machines they would like to know? Find the device, find the IP. So this is the DNS translation. So DNS translation, or it translates domain name to the IP address. So the browsers can load the internet content or resources. Okay. So whenever you type in www.google.com, this 8.8.4.4 should come. That is why the DNS, if you see here, it is an application layer protocol. It is an application layer protocol. And when you talk about domain name system, there are domains. So each node, there is a proper tree, has a domain name. The full domain is a sequence of symbols associated with a dot. For example, www.google.com. So the rightmost .com is nothing but the top level domain. So this top level domain will go to the recursor, the resolver, then it goes to different servers. Finally, your IP will come through this www.google.com. So this .com is first being known. So this .com is a top level domain. So DNS servers eliminate the needs for users to memorize, to remember IP addresses like IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 ladies can remember. How can IP address of 128-bit, that is the IPv6, can be remembered? Those having hexadecimal values? No, it is not possible. So that is why we need DNS. Therefore, we have 4 servers here. In domain name system, we have 4 servers: DNS resolver or recursor. Then we have root name server. Then we have the TLD or top level domain name server. And then finally, you have the authoritative name server. So this domain name system resolver, it gets the IP, this URL. It it gives it to the root name server. Root name server will tell you, okay, this is .com. So you have to go here. This is the .com server, because there are different server in the world for .com, for .edu, for .org. So this is how this different server will contain that website, and that website is equivalent to or is related to some IP address. So then the authoritative server will come in place, where hostgator.com or godaddy.com you have registered your website, and that information is available in the TLD name server, and it is checked and verified by the authoritative name server. So this is how the final conversion of the domain name to IP is done using these servers. So this is how the domain name system works, from name to IP address. It only finds that, okay, to download the web content.